basically we have two sets of students. One is the craftsmanship and the other one is building inspectors. So the outcome of both is the understanding should happen for their respective fields. So that is the criteria, and we have developed the assessment methods and the types, and also the assignments based on the outcome what is required. But Rahman, they should be able to understand and perform and make drawings which are consistent with the industry standards which are required by the company policy and as per Dubai municipality norms. And building inspectors are supposed to do field inspections as per, make a schedule and make reports. So that being the thing, so the methods, types and assessment process is selected to achieve the end that the learner is able to demonstrate and give evidence of their understanding and learning. For example, it's primarily important that the draftsman should be able to make drawings. So the whole assignment was made with that in mind. Because if I'm going to give them a project which is going to be otherwise from drawing, the interest levels for one will be low and it doesn't meet the criteria in the end, because if they are able to produce drawings of standard quality for professional standards, so that will be much pertinent to the course developed. So that's why the whole assignment was based on that. And so when the output is known, it's easy and pertinent to ask the student to produce drawings, study the existing drawings, made modifications. So all of that was built into assignment. So if we come to the criterion that whether learning has happened, we can confidently say that, because about 2 months back when I've been to the company, they were of the opinion that they were not up to the standards. But then later on, when they have given their drawings, and lately the supervisors have confirmed that they are able to do the work as per the standards and what is required in the industry. And also they have given a feedback in writing and otherwise also the students saying that they have been doing it. I mean, one of the students, Amna, for example, can you tell what happened with the earlier, what is that, what are the comments the supervisors were giving earlier and what is he said now? Especially Faisal, what are the comments after you made the final drawing they uploaded?
For Muhammad Taha.
Yes.
Ask and go in summary. We have more details. We have you want
yeah, say it. If you're not comfortable, you can explain Arabic, someone can translate, that's not a problem.
قولي لها أن في البداية ما كنا نعرف أساسيات البرنامج نفسه.
She said before, she didn't know the rule of MBR housing, how they want them to draw exactly. But now, when we have this course, we draw same the rule with MBR housing. Now she can approve her drawing with the same rule, with same what they need exactly.
Earlier they were not given what she means is earlier they were not given enough work, you know. Yeah. They were not confident they could perform or no. But now she is approving drawings to and sending it to Dubai municipality.
Right. Okay.
So which is a live job. So that shows that it's because of the improvement in the standards or the learning has happened. That's why they are able to perform a job. So that confirms with our effort in making the whole course, because that's what they're supposed to do in the end of the day. That they are able to make those drawings, and she's been doing it, and then she's been even approving. So the others also. Basha, can you tell as a feedback what has happened? What was the earlier standard? What you learned in the last 2 months? What was the change? What is the change in your learning? What has happened?
Now we are more in AutoCAD comfortable. Before we have AutoCAD maybe like one subject and 3 subjects maybe writing or we would say shankar. Now when we go to work, we work in AutoCAD. Also, when we come here, we also work in AutoCAD. There's no match with here from knife and MBR housing.
Yeah.
Like from one of our tasks assigned in the task, what we write here, they should there see and make approve from them to can move to another task. Now we see this more comfortable and we can do the work like this.
Good. Excellent.
Yes, Musa, what's your feedback in the inspection? What is that? When you came in, what are the things, what were you, and in the last 5-6 months, what is that you learned and what?
What I improved myself.
Yeah, then stand up and say because he's not able to see.
No.
Yeah, just be comfortable. What you feel, you talk. That's it.
Okay.
What was that? What do you hear before when you joined? And whether you are good in English or communication or how you are able to present, how you are able to talk, everything, whatever has been developed in personality, all that, whatever has happened, just yeah, what was before and what is now.
Before, when I was starting the work from the last housing, I don't know how visit something for inspection, how inspection in the site, and how I dealing with the contractor for the work, how I use it something for the site, for equipment in the site. Before I don't know how I don't know how I deal with the contractor. Now I know how to speak with the contractor. I have some experience in the site. How is it for the work, the equipment in the site, and how dealing with the contractor. And I improve in language with them. This first thing I didn't know the language. Now I know how to speak with them.
Yeah. Good.
In your workplace, the performance, what is the engineer opinion about you? What you used to say before and now?
My engineer before, when I come, he give me some information about the work, but he tell me you don't know about this work, you don't know. No, the opinion for my engineer, you are professional, you are good, he tell me like this.
Really good. Well, I have to say, because I had the external verifier here yesterday, and he did comment on how professional all of the work that he saw yesterday, how professional it was.
So
and he actually,
your drawings and then
he sampled a lot of students' drawings and what have you. And he actually thought it was the work of HND students, not level 3 students, which just goes to show that there has been a huge change in what he produced now and what he produced 2-3 months ago. So he was actually very pleased about what's been going on in this particular group. Very professional.
So we actually showed your drawings. He thought it's someone else, some drawing which has been sent. So, okay. And then Abdul Aziz, can you add what do you do in your inspection? What is that?
First time you do the work.
You're covering the computer's covering. If you can stand here. Yes. Thanks. Be comfortable. It's okay.
You go the work first time. I cannot know what the job, how can you do this and this. After that, with the time, it's be change.
So what is the job you do now?
Go and see the site and draw the housing and inspect the the water pressure.
Yes. So can you describe it? What do you exactly check? What do you inspect?
When you go in the house and see the contractor and tell me this is good or not, same the water pressure. I tell him about how can we do this.
Okay. So how do you go about? How do you check? What do you do exactly? So you mean to say he has made the pipings? You check the pipings, okay?
I
So
check
how do
the
you check?
pipings. You must in housing, the piping must be made German.
Okay.
and check this Germany or not.
So some brand name of the company, okay, you check it is from this company.
Yeah.
And then what else you do check?
Water pressure, same. Put the water
You
today.
start the water and then
Yeah.
check the
Put the
pressure.
machine today, and after today I come see the water if you have good pressure or not. If you good, then continue.
So how do you check the pressure? How do you check the pressure?
You have machine for pressure.
So it shows the
Yeah.
amount of water you direct the flow and then you do
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, he's got the pictures also, he will be
Yeah,
showing.
1.5 the pressure.
1.5 pascals. So they check the pressure whether it's consistent in 2 days and whether the pressure is there. So that's one of the inspection jobs. So most of them when they came in, especially Musa was not even to, speak one line of English. It was very difficult for him. Now he is making those presentations which he will also be presenting. So that was just a synopsis of what has happened in the learning part of it. So then we have developed this assessment methods. The first one we did was how we went about is made them make the drawings, and as they're making the drawings we went about very closely scrutinizing each and everything. Like for example, there were standard Mohammed bin Rashid villas, which is already they have drawings. So I made them study and we jointly studied those drawings and made exactly the same. So now the making is got a lot of intricate details. You know, when you look at the drawing, for example, it's a particular way. It's developed in a particular way. So, like we have to have particular grid lines. You know, when you make the dimensions, you have to make a grid. Like you have a GPS done. So once that is made and that's finalized and that is permanent. So for all those villas, you can keep copying it. So it becomes very easy in that template. So that's how we made them do it. And then as they perform on the computers, on the CADs, me and Bindino will just check whether they're doing it properly. In fact, initially they had a lot of problems because they were used to templates. They had these drawings already in Mohammed bin Rashid. So some of them used to bring those drawings and then try to load it on there.
Right.
So it's already done. But then what used to happen is they had a particular grid done. So when they made the second drawings, it never used to tally. So that was a learning for them that copying will not help because they have to go back and make the first drawings again. It happened to quite a few of them. She spent almost 5 days, did the whole drawing, and then we made her do it again because the next set of drawings were not tallying. Because the grid was this thing. It was a different grid altogether. So that was a learning because as draftsmen they should know what is possible and what is not. So that was one learning which happened. So like that we give feedback on a continuous basis, on a daily basis, and we are maintaining a logbook, the portfolio which I showed you yesterday. So we keep on an hourly basis everything. So what they do the next 3 hours or 4 hours. These were the grids made, or these were the dimensions added or changed, all that. So this is the first step of assignment, the assessment on the CAD drawings. Then for the inspection team, the assignment was developed in such a way they make inspection visits, schedules, and write report on them. So that was part of the assignment, and which most of them, some of them are done, so which they will be exhibiting. So that is the second type of assessment. Then we made them study, like when they're making these drawings, they already are studying those drawings to make it. So the study of the existing drawings and to make modifications or suggest corrections. Like we made them say that the client is looking at, most of the clients, when I went for the earlier thing, I got a lot of feedback that some of the clients want improved areas. You know, as an Arabic family, because they have huge families, the area is quite small. Some of the rooms are small, so they want enhanced areas. So in the assignment, I had implemented it that they will be increasing it by 10% in general, keeping within the limited budget, and give 3 solutions There are different ways you can enhance the area, but then which ones is the most logical one? And because you have to keep the cost in mind, the existing structure should be used. For example, Walid, can you show those? They are doing on CAD. I made it because he's in the inspector team. He had visited and he has done a similar thing. So he'll just explain to you what he has done. Show the initial drawing and then what you did.
Because the addition for the house, they did request for addition, like this one to us, maybe maintenance or addition. That is addition, I see in the
This was the initial drawing. Okay, so the client said he wants improved area. So he has suggested this. So now you say what is the logic and why you have selected this.
I said this because here I can inspect the foundation for this wall over here. Okay, then I can build with it.
What he means to say is this is existing beams already.
Yeah.
You know
Already
the wall is already there. So he is going to use this wall and just extend. So the amount of work done and the budget is only for this instead of making it separately here.
Yeah.
You know, so that's, and then it is logical because it keeps along with this, and the layout is matching, and also the electricity, the pumping lines, etc.
Or
can be
in
done.
addition, if I make it, it was here over there, but I must respect the foundation, make it on the same level for the foundation. The foundation here being from 106 meters, 1.6 meters, he must be also 1.6 meters for that. One line and go up.
It's in the same line.
Yeah.
See, what they do is first they make the foundation. The whole thing is like this. So suppose you are going to add here, there is some area which is not already having a foundation. So they need to dig and do the whole thing
Yeah.
again. So if you're using this because it's already up till here, it is done. So he's using that area. So in
Right,
terms of
yeah.
cost, in terms of structure, in terms of the time saved, it's much more economical.
Not too much cost. When I see the sketches without, you don't have to use for that, but for one toilet.
So this is a practical thing which he has developed on the sketch. They are doing on the CAD. So as a group they discuss which is a better structure and what to do. So this is the third type of studying the existing drawings and make modifications and suggest the corrections. So the third method is covered in that. And the fourth one is we made them do practical performances, especially on the mechanical lab and the electrical lab. So which we will be showing them some videos and we will be asking them the learning how it's happened. So for example, let's say Walid, can you explain what you do for the concrete? What is the test you do? Because then it will be pertinent to what?
Test or when he comes? When? We don't do the test.
No, when the concrete comes, what exactly you are testing it?
What I do?
Just tell the method and what you test.
First of all, the concrete come, I take the sheet of paper, you have it, he did come from the factory from there. I see which time he did come out. If he did come like 8:30, he did take out from the factory at 8:30, and he did come on the site at 10:30, I reject the whole concrete. Because it must don't be 2 hours. After that,
So what is the reason why do you reject?
because the concrete inside, the chemicals and all that, being jammed or all that.
Yes.
The water.
So what he is trying to explain is when he goes for the inspection, when he goes for the inspection, they check whether the concrete is good enough to be used for the construction. So they check what time the trucks have started from the factory. You know, you've seen those concrete trucks, because if it's more than 2 hours, they reject the batch. Because by the time he reaches, if it's more than 2 hours, the concrete is not of the right, it's not consistent on the mix.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing. Then continue.
The second thing, we take a sample from the truck, concrete, we put it in cubes, 6 cubes. If there is If there is 2 trucks, we put 6 cubes.
So just get your computer. Just show the picture so it will be more relevant and you'll be able to explain it better. Just show the picture, the first ones.
This is the cubes for the test.
They pour concrete into this.
Steel cone. When we take a sample for it, we fill it up. We put 3 quarters. Every quarter we beat to the steel 25 times. 3 quarters. After that we put it here. When it jam, we put it inside the water for 1 day. After that we take it to the lab. When we take it to the lab, after that we wait for 7 or 12 days if they do the test in the lab, if it's qualified or not. If it's good quality or not. And we take it and we have another test called the slam test. We have a cone, okay? It's the same thing, we put 3 quarters. Beat it 3 quarters, 25 times with the steel. After that we take it off, we put the cone here and the concrete here. After that we take the steel and put it. Put it in the meter measurement. If it's down 6 meters, we reject it.
So what he's saying is this concrete, once it is just poured and you remove the cone, they see the structure. If it tumbles, that means the water content is more. So it's rejected on the back.
If it is jam,
If it's able to sustain with the steel going in, that means it's going to set properly.
Yeah.
So it's a right mix. So that's on site. The second test is they send it to the lab. So the lab tests, what we showed them is pertinent to that. So I just wanted to show what is the connection.
Right, yeah.
So that's one connection here. For the inspection team, for the electrical, Vinita had, take it. Vinita had done for the electricals, basically because they have electrical drawings. So when they're going to draw, it makes a lot of sense if they've seen the resistors, they've seen the circuits actually, of the motors and other things. So that's helped them in the practicals. So that's what we show them practically. So the practical was the third assessment method developed. Okay, and then of course the question answers and the presentations which they normally do on each assignment task. So these are the 5 types of assessments we have done. So we just try to cover one by one. Some of them we have shown, like when Malik showed you the drawing, he showed you what he understood. So I mean, he studied the drawing only, then he could develop it. Which they have developing 3 options or 3 solutions for the modification, which each one separately does. So that's input. They are studying the drawing, they are doing it. The practical is connected. What we did, and they answered all the questions and answers. So that's this thing. And the presentations, some of them will be doing it. So you will ask them question and answers for that. So these are the methods which we have adopted. Okay. So Amna, if you can do the project specification. She had previously not been up to the mark, had some personal problems or a lot of hours, but then now she's catching up.
I'm almost done, sir.
Yeah, almost done. She's catching. So, as this thing, we can look at a separate kind of learner because the others, maybe Amna, Sahar, they are generally in the M's and the D's and the Bashir. So he's slightly a slagger. No, the project specific. Just be comfortable. What do you understand? Just do the specification part out.
Okay.
For the drawing, we have to mention the names of the project. For example, for the project type, for my assignment, there is my assignment, builder type A, it's local. Project style is local style. And there is for the project area, the builder ground floor area, 117 square meter. And the builder first floor area, 171.97 square meter. For the total structure is the same area. For the total area, for 4,697 square feet. And for the project quality, شهر صبري. It's standard for محمد بن راشد and Dubai Municipality and Government of Dubai. It's time to take the project 3 weeks minimum for the 4 weeks to finish the cut drawings only. The date starts on Tuesday, February, and it's end in March 13. I used the AutoCAD program. The project cost 2 million for the type Builder A. Project layout, plumbing, drainage, and electronic layout. Project details, there is plot details, plumbing details, section elevation, electronic details, lighting, and Scotch TV telephone, for example. Project tracking for my project in Mohammed bin Rashid and Government of Dubai.
We've done it on MS Project. So MS Project, they done it live, showing what is the delay and what is the...
Yes.
Project drawing, it's a plan, ground floor, for elevation to section, roof plan, is big. Back, that's it.
So that's part of the specification. So rest of the things she will be doing in the other part.